Hi, welcome to my class. Nice to see you again. My name is Mary Carol Gislin, and this is How to Survive Freshman English. Make sure you subscribe and tell all your friends about this because I know an awful lot of students really need help acing that freshman comp class, and I'm here to help you do it, okay? I'll be here all semester to help you. All right, today's topic is the difference between a topic and a thesis. Now, I'm getting you ready to write your first paper. In this semester, some colleges require as many as 8 papers, like every other week. You are churning out work, okay? I don't know whether they'll just be opinion essays. It's hard to tell. So I'm just going to talk kind of broadly about the difference between a topic and a thesis. This really is very important for college writing, okay? All right, let's get started. Okay, I think you know what a topic is. It's like, well, I know what a topic is. What do we need to talk about this for? The reason is because you don't exactly know what it is. Here we go. A topic is the subject or object of discussion, right? The topic of a lecture maybe that you want to go visit and listen to is movies directed by Vin Diesel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I might want to hear that. Let's go hear what this guy has to say about that. We don't really know what he's going to say about it. We just know that he's going to be talking about it, right? That's a topic, a subject or object of discussion, okay? So we're going to go to this lecture. What might we expect? I don't know, but we might expect that the topic will be discussed and illustrated using some kinds of details, right? Now, I'm not really familiar with Vin Diesel movies. I think I know they're the Fast and Furious ones, right? Anyway, but I assume this is the topic of discussion, so there'll be some details, and he's going to give me some illustrations of some of these movies. Notice, I don't have any idea what he thinks about any of these things. This is just the topic, and I know he's just going to be talking about it, okay? All right. So, also, in your paper, yes, your paper will be about some topic. And in that paper, let's say you're going to write 5 to 10 pages, you will have subtopics, each in their own section. Now, the section we could also say paragraph. Depends on how much you're writing on that topic, okay? So if the broad topic is movies by Vin Diesel, maybe we're going to talk about plot development. Maybe we're going to talk about the role of women in supporting roles, maybe. I don't really know. Maybe we'll talk about the location that it was shot at. All of these things would be individual little subtopics within the broader topic of movies by Vin Diesel, okay? All right, so that's what a topic is. Now, for a college paper, you will nearly always, I actually cannot think of a time when you wouldn't be, unless you're just writing science observations and reports on experiments and things like that, that you are going to have your hypothesis, which is very much what a thesis is, all right? But let's talk humanities. A thesis in your paper, and you're going to have a thesis. A thesis is your opinion or your proposition. You're going to say, I propose that despite what critics say about Vin Diesel's movies, I think they're not sexist. All right? Now, your thesis for the paper that you're going to write should be an arguable opinion. Let me give you an example. An opinion that no one would really argue with is war is bad. Yeah, I don't think anybody would disagree with that. So that is not a good thesis for a college paper, okay? But let's say you said something like, war is inevitable. Whoa, okay. Existential idea there that we really need to think about. Now you've got something you can argue in support of, and the reader has something to think about as they read through your paper. That's a thesis. A thesis is your opinion or your proposition. I propose that war is inevitable. Let's see why I think that, okay? But let's get away from the war thesis. Let's go back to the Vin Diesel movies. I propose that despite what critics say about these movies, I think they are not sexist. All right, so that's my thesis. And that means I put that proposal out there. I'm going to have to support my opinion and try to convince the reader by the end of the paper, oh, wow, I agree with that. Yeah, now I know what she means. Okay, that's a thesis. All right, what else does a thesis do? A thesis is argued or supported with facts from your research. Yep, you're going to have to do research, and heavy-duty research. In freshman comp, I do not know how much research you will have to do. If, let's say, you have to write 8 papers, maybe there'll be somewhat light research. I don't really know. Depends on your school, depends on your teacher, depends on the syllabus they gave you. All right, but in any case, when you have a thesis in a paper, you are going to argue that opinion and support it with facts that you discovered from your research. That's how you will work through your thesis in the paper, and that's the point of the paper, is to work through that thesis and try to convince the reader that you're right. Okay. And it is more than safe to say that the thesis is the driving force of your paper. Now, once when I was in college, I got a D on a paper, and I was just mortified because I, of course, became an English teacher and an editor and all this, so that was my thing, and I was very upset. But I went to see the professor, who had her doctorate from Harvard, by the way, and she looked at me and she said, I can tell you're a good writer. She says, but you have 2 theses in this paper. And I thought, what? And she pointed out to me how I was trying to follow 2 different opinions. And I said, oops. Yeah, oops, big oops, right? You're going to have 1 thesis per paper. It will be the driving force of your entire paper. And that's the point of a college level writing. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing. All right, now I'm going to leave this here so you can look at it. You're probably getting ready to start on your first paper. Take 10 minutes to think about maybe the topics that the professor has already proposed to you, or some topics maybe you've had in mind, and just determine from those topics what a viable thesis might be. All right? All right, everybody, I'm going to leave this up for a few seconds so you can take a look at it, and I want you to do a little quick writing in your notebook. Think about some opinions that you have about some topics for an upcoming paper. Okay, everybody, next lesson will be, all right, tell your friends to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.